Korea has taken steps to try to contain it and test peoples. It's kind of safer here in a way.
안녕하세요. 저는 미국에서 온 크리스티나입니다. 반갑습니다.
I think right now it's a little scary. I think everyone's kind of scared right now because a lot of people don't know what to do. So because of that, a lot of people are self-quarantine and a lot of places are closed, like restaurants, dance studios, any events are canceled. A lot of like entertainers or artists are out of work right now. A lot of people are out of work, they're laid off. So right now it's kind of chaotic. I'm not sure exactly. I know the last time I looked, I saw that Massachusetts, which is my home state, has about like over 100 infected, and I think New York and Washington has the most, maybe. When it started hitting in Korea pretty bad, my parents were quite concerned, so we face called each other and they were like, oh, do you want to come back for a while? Like, if it gets really bad, you may have to stay there and you may be stuck there. So they were really worried about my health and they were concerned about me. I wasn't really scared at first because I was like, oh, I'm healthy, so it's okay. And if I get it, I know I'll get over it. But then once it started spreading, I was concerned, like personally for my family, because they're older and their health isn't that great. So I was a little worried even about going home if I had it. A lot of people were contacting me because they were scared. They saw that Korea was the most infected. So a lot of people were messaging me asking if I was okay. They're really worried. But nowadays, now that it's spreading in America, people are more concerned because Korea has taken steps to try to contain it and test people. So it's kind of safer here in a way, even though there's more people, because they can catch it and you can easily get tested here. But Americans are kind of worried because not everyone has health care and it's harder to catch it in America because of the lack of testing and the amount of people in America. So now it's more worrisome for Americans there. I heard about the drive-through here. The first time I'm hearing about the walk-through now. So I think that's also why the statistics are quite low. There's only 0.7% of death rate because they're able to catch the people that are really badly affected. It's a bit harder in America with such a big country and there's a lot of areas that are not very highly populated. So I think it's hard to have a lot of these type of just walk-in tests. It's hard to produce that many tests for that many people. So it's an issue in America. I think this is a really good way. Also, it saves lives going to the hospital as well. So if someone wants to get tested, they can just look for the drive-through or walk-in center and then they can get tested. So I think this process is really helpful to Korea in finding out how many are infected and then treating them. A lot of places in Korea, if I go into like a mall, for example, or a big restaurant, I notice that they use like a temperature to check if I have a fever. Like, so it's like a laser close to my ear and then they check it. There's hand sanitizer in every building. A lot of places, they're closing off the entrances and making only one. So you have to get tested to see if you have a fever. I think this is really effective. I'm not sure if they're doing that in America, but I think it's a really good idea. I know a lot of places, a lot of events are getting canceled. I know especially because I go to many like festivals or music events and I know a lot are canceled here. So I think that is a good way to help prevent the spread of the virus. Masks are just not really common in America. If you wear a mask, someone will think that you're very, very sick. So it's not very common. I see some people wearing masks like on the internet, but I don't think everyone's doing it like consistently. So I think it's really important because some people may not know that they have it, but like if they wear a mask, it prevents spreading because even just me talking, there may be little droplets and people don't realize that they're spreading it. So I think it will be very helpful if everyone wears a mask, especially if they're going to public places. It's kind of weird to see someone not wearing a mask. And I feel like if one person wears a mask, people are like, oh, they're looking because everyone's doing it and to protect themselves and also others as well, because like I said before, you don't know if you have it or not. Since the symptoms are, I've heard they come on quite later and they're kind of mild at first. So I think it's good and it's respectful to others to not spread it, to wear a mask. Once a day, I may get like 5 messages or something in the morning, at night, saying that there has been a case in a certain area. So it's been quite helpful to me because there's been a lot of cases like around where I live. So every time I see like a case like around my area, I look on the map online and I see if it's like at a place that maybe I've been to. So it's been quite helpful for me to try to track and make sure that I wasn't in that area, and maybe if someone was in that area, they could get tested easily just to be careful. I know they definitely don't have alerts like this. I think there may be some type of map online that you can check, but I'm not exactly sure. I hope so. Could be a little scary to people because it sounds like it's just an emergency is always happening, but it also informs people of what's going on. So I think sometimes it's scary if you don't know what's going on. So it's good to have this type of information, I think, so you can be aware and protect yourself and others. I think it's great that a lot of people are volunteering to help out in Daegu because there's so many cases there and it's hard with the supplies, the limited supplies and the people and the hospitals. It's really nice that everyone is getting together and trying to send money and help as well. People are coming together to help each other out in times of need. So it's great hearing that people are doing this in Daegu and they're sending letters and money and support. Okay, so today I talked about the situation virus in America and Korea and some of the precautions that are taken here and the differences in Korea. So I hope everyone is really healthy and you wear a mask, wash your hands, be safe, and I'll see you next time.